All right, go ahead. People, Dr. Nicole McCarty here. Y'all, I'm back. Thank you. Hey, y'all. So I just wanted to stop by and say, hey, good people, Dr. Nicole McCarty here, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining. If you are new here and you like what you hear, like what you see, find it informative and helpful, and maybe a little entertaining. I don't know. I'm a little goofy, so it might be entertaining to you. I don't know. But feel free to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share it with your friends and your family. This is all about each one teach one. And let's all be a blessing to each other, right? Today, the topic of discussion is 5 things I've learned about myself since transitioning to my beautiful Sisterlocks. I am now a year and 4 months. Yay! And I absolutely love it. It's a wonderful, hands down best hair decision I've made. Should have made it a long time ago, but I was a wuss. It just took me a while, okay? But now that I've crossed over to the other side, no going back. It is great. So if you're thinking about it, yeah, do it. So anyway, so with these 5 things I've learned since transitioning to my Sisterlocks, it also coincides with 5 key realizations of adulting in my 40s. And I'm just going to share them with you, because if you're younger, then you can kind of take these things and be like, okay. I see, and maybe start to approach things a little differently. If you are with me in this age range, then you feel me, so you should feel seen. And then if you're older, then you like been there, done that, but you might be on the tail end. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna dive in. So number 1, I'm really unfazed by the opinion of others. So first, let me say, I've always kind of been this way. Like, I've never been a keep up with the Joneses kind of person. I remember when I was pledging and I said, listen, the organization doesn't make me, I make this organization. So they were like, you said that? Yes. And they gave me grief for it, like after I crossed. Listen, it's always been kind of me, but it went to a whole different level in my 40s though. Okay, and 40s are like the new 20s, but smarter. Yeah, not so dumb. So, yeah, real talk. I'm telling you, my baby girl has a megaphone in her voice box, okay? But anyway, I'm back. So, number 1, again, really unfazed by the opinion of others. In the words of my good sis, Ken, she says, at my big age, I'm just not here for caring about what others think of me. And that's real, right? Like, I am uniquely and beautifully created with a mind of fire and kindness and grace that keeps me balanced. And I am true to God. I'm true to myself. I'm true to my family. Everything, and I mean everything else, is secondary. Okay? And everything is secondary when it comes to my peace. Because my peace, yeah. I think you picking up what I'm putting down, right? So you take this approach and you immediately release at least half of the stressors in life. And then the other half are just like, I might huff and puff and then I'm good. And so there's a reason why like older people just say whatever they are thinking. And I mean, whatever, right? I'm reminded of a time when I had come home from college and I was rocking my natural hair, had my twist out by this time. I was going from a small town. So I went back. Coming from Georgia, it was much more prevalent, right? Going back to where I was from in Florida, it was like, okay. And so nonetheless, after I walked in the door and I gave my great grandmother a hug and lots of love, and I remember she just stood there and looked at me for a moment. For a while, actually. And I noticed she was looking at my hair. So I was like, Grandma, I decided to go natural. And so she stared a bit more and a bit more And then she said, well, I don't like it. And as though she seemed to tickle herself, and me too, we both cracked up. It was hilarious. Honey, baby, older people will say absolutely anything, okay? And not care. They don't care anything about your feelings. And I'm sure you've experienced this too, but they are blunt and brutally honest and will inadvertently hurt your feelings and go have a Coke and a smile, okay? Oh man, that's the life. Minus the Coca-Cola part, but you get my point. So anyway, I just don't have time, honey. I just don't. I'm going to say my piece. I'm going to live my life, and I'm going to enjoy my peace. Okay? And that's all I have. Like, that's it. Like today, I had my seasonings all on a rack on my door. It fell. Seasonings all crashed to the floor. Jars broke. Brand new ones. One's specialty ordered. And I was, I had moments. I threw a couple of things, minor throws. I didn't want the kids to see me. But then after that, I was okay. I went on. I went to my juicer. I made my juice. Had me a cup. And I was all right. And so I think there's a lot to say about peace and knowing where your peace is and knowing how to get back to your peace. And wherever that place of peace is mentally, knowing how to get there with your eyes closed and doing so at any given moment when you need to. That's it. All right, so that's number two. Number two is keeping up with the Joneses. It's for the birds, okay? For one, who are they? Do you know who they are? Because I don't. Listen, I don't have time to keep up with folks for optics purposes. That's never been my style. Okay, you hear me? I mean, like, why? Why? Most times people spend their hard-earned, God-given energy, time, and money trying to keep up appearances and impress people who don't really care about who they are, right? And or don't contribute to their well-being, and or oftentimes truthfully need a hobby to keep them out of other people's business. Okay? And so while you're struggling to keep up with the Joneses, I don't know who they are anyway, but they either care too much or don't care at all about you. They are busy living their best life and focused on just that. So again, I don't know who they are, but my clan and I are good over here. We do what we want to do. We do what brings us joy. We do what brings us peace. Forget the Joneses. And if your last name Jones, I apologize. That's not you, right? But we are the Maliks. We do what we do. Splat out, bam, drop the mic. Right? So leave keeping up with the Joneses. Leave that in your rear view. Okay? No one's got time for that. Number 3, experiences are golden. So listen, my husband and I are working really hard to cultivate and build a life where we are able to create positive experiences with beautiful energy, both in and out of the home, right? Now, experiences are the gift that keeps on giving, right? Traveling is great. Creating a time to reset, renew, change our scenery, and expose our kids is our goal. It's our work in progress, if you will. And our perspective is don't just read the book, be the book and live the book. And so hashtag the journey continues. 4, home life is wonderful. So as a true introvert, having a peaceful home life, okay? Peaceful home life is paramount and essential for my existence. Your home should be your safe haven, your oasis of all things love and life-giving. And there is a vital importance in creating that space mentally and physically. I've always loved home, but as I've gotten older, I love it more and more. And I find myself excited to get back home to all the chaos that sometimes abounds. It's not always neat and tidy. Okay, we have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, so those who know that life know that life. But But even with that, the mess, the sounds of the kids, as you can hear, it's home and it's beautiful, you know. And I've loved my home when I was single. And now that I'm married with a family, it hits differently, you know. And then going a step further and having a home that is yours and that you can cultivate into your own personal oasis. And like, that's the goal, right? To where you travel, but nothing compares to home. That's the goal. Like, no matter how elaborate things are, like, home is home. So, 5. I am falling in love with my yard, y'all. Y'all, I remember growing up and listening to the older people at the time talk about their yards and like other yards we'd see. And I remember passing by like a house years ago that would tickle me pink every time because they had a sign in their yard that said, "Stay off my lawn." And all I could think about was Mr. Wilson and Dennis the Menace. And it cracked me up every single time. And I passed by the house every day, twice a day. It cracked me up. So now, as I ride through my own subdivision, guess what I notice? Other people's yards. Yep. Guess what brings me excitement? Projects for our yard. They are expensive, y'all. Okay? They're expensive. Those who know, you know. But it's exciting. It's wonderful. You're like, "Oh, I saw this cool idea on Pinterest," or "Oh, I saw this cool idea." You know, I always like looking at houses because I get ideas. Like, "Oh, that's cool," or "Oh, that's nice," or what have you. So I love like working on projects for our yard. Now, when I say working on, I mean like design and then finding people to do the project. I'm not quite there yet with doing it myself. It would certainly save money, but I think I just don't have that bandwidth. Maybe when the kids get older and I have a little bit more independent time, maybe I'll be able to. But right now, yeah, I'm not there yet. And my thumb has never really been that green. These tower gardens make me look good though, right? They do. But anyway, I am determined that we are going to get there. Right? Like, Home Depot is one of my most favorite stores. It gets me in trouble. It does. And hubby's always nervous when I want to make a visit. He's like, "Oh Lord, what you want to do, baby? What you thinking?" But anyway, and these social streets don't help either because they have you thinking you can build and create like the Louvre. Okay? We're like, "Oh, the Louvre, bet I can do that. No problem. If they can do it, I can do it." That's not true. But for a moment, I'd be like, "Oh, that looks, I think I might be able to squeeze that out." Nope, don't do that to yourself. Not until you're ready. You know, and so it's true when they say the more things change, the more things stay the same. I mean, sure, things are different now than they once were when we were kids, but there are also some things that don't change. And that's the beauty of aging. And I'm embracing every moment of it. And you should too. So remember, don't take yourself too seriously. Live, laugh, love, and let go. That last one in particular, let go. Anything that's holding you back, anything that's stressing you, anything that you're holding, that you're harboring, that's stressing you out, let it go. And that's it. So thanks for coming to my TED Talk. And I will see you next time. Love and blessings. Toodles.